Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am filming a video that I asked you guys what you really wanted to see next for a video idea, and this is something that popped up a lot when people commented, and it was what dating is like now after losing over 100 pounds versus before when I was very overweight, weighing over around 265 pounds. So today I'm going to be talking about my life in the dating world and how different it is than before, and just how I've been treated and how my men treat me and how my social life is different with dating and everything like that. As you didn't know, I was 265 pounds in around April of 2017, and I lost over 120 pounds within a year, starting September 2017 and reaching my goal of June 2018. Change of life, socially, physically, mentally, everything. So dating has been completely different as well. So if you guys are interested in hearing my life now and how different it is in the dating world and dating life versus when I was overweight, please keep watching. So basically right off the bat, let me just say that when I was overweight, which I was basically my whole life, and I reached my highest point at 265 around April 2017, and I was 19 years old. So for basically 19 years, I was a big girl, and I never dated anybody. I never had a boyfriend, never went on a date. I never really talked to any guys. If you guys have watched my past videos, you know that I've said I had no experience with dating and talking to a guy. It was something that I never experienced in middle school, high school. I never even had a date to the prom. So with that being said, it wasn't until I started losing weight that I started getting noticed and started getting approached and even talking to an opposite sex. Like, I'm being very serious. Well, you know how your friends are like, oh, I'm talking to this guy, or I'm seeing this guy, or I'm dating this guy, and it's all very exciting because when you're in high school and even middle school, you know, you want a boyfriend, it's exciting. You want a girlfriend, it's super cool. Like, I never got to do any of that. There was nobody that really wanted to, like, that being said, I'm not going to say that no guy ever liked me. It just wasn't socially acceptable for anyone to want to like me, the fat girl. If a guy ever said he liked me, he would have probably been teased or bullied for sure. I was definitely the butt of the joke and always made fun of. So in high school and middle school, no boyfriend, no dating, never went on a date, never even talked to a guy. I just heard how it was like from people, like, oh, he's talking to me, texting me. Like, my friends would show me text messages of like cute stuff that guys would say, and they would show me like cute things that their boyfriend would give them, and it was just definitely jealousy and envy for sure. Having nothing in common with that, like never experiencing it on my own, I definitely was really envious for sure. And I mean, I was happy for them. I mean, I had beautiful friends, so obviously guys were interested, but I always wanted that too. So yeah, so high school, when prom came, that was something I was dreading. Prom was like, I was worried about prom in 9th grade. Like, I always said to myself, I need to have a prom date. If I never have a prom date, like, my life will be ruined. And I tried to always like lose weight because I wanted to look good for prom. I didn't end up losing any weight. I think I even gained weight. But yeah, so I had nobody in mind for a prom date because I didn't have any guy friends either. You know how some people are like, take some guy friends. Like, it doesn't have to be someone you're interested in. And that being said, I literally had no one to ask because I didn't even have a guy friend. And it was really rough because as much as I tried to look like I didn't care, going to prom without a date was rough for sure. I'm not gonna lie, like, going to prom alone sucked. Being in a party bus full of friends and every person had a date was hard. I mean, that day I really tried to ignore it. I pushed it out of my head and I had fun with my friends. I still danced with my friends. My friends were dancing with me. Like, I had really good friends. They made sure I had a good time because they cared about me, and that's amazing. That's what friends should do. So prom was rough. It was boring, obviously. Literally didn't do much, barely danced. So that was prom. No boyfriend, nothing. All right, so fast forward to losing weight around the fall of 2017. I swear, when I tell you, when I started getting my personal trainer and my diet, I met someone, and that was the first time I ever had a guy very obviously interested in me. Like, not hiding it. And it was so cool. I was still a really big girl then, too. Like, I was barely losing weight. But I started. And what was cool is this guy, he was really interested in me for me. And that pushed me further to keep going harder in the gym during the time that we talked, because I felt more confident that someone actually was giving me a chance. And I was more motivated to look good because I just felt better about myself that I even had someone interested in me. So that was probably my first experience with dating or talking to someone, was that guy. Around the time that I was starting to lose weight. And I'm gonna say that really did push me to keep going further. It never really ended up working out, but he was always such a nice person, and he was just really, really cool. Like, he really liked me for me and my personality, which was awesome. And we hooked up briefly, and it was fine and exciting and amazing, but my life started to change after that. Like, life became something that I was always like observing but never experiencing. So after that, I continued to lose more weight, and more men started to come into my life because I started to go out more, started to go to more parties. I started to dress a little bit more, provocative, sexy, because I was starting to fit into nicer clothes that were more revealing. And, it was starting to get to the point where guys were talking to me, which never happened, ever. So guys were starting to talk to me. Parties were really fun. Like, it was just kind of like I felt accepted. I really did. Like, I just didn't feel like the fat girl in the corner anymore, or the fat girl that just has to be funny, to fit in. So that was great. And then parties started happening, and guys were more interested in me, and guys wanted my number. What? Guys wanted my number. It was crazy. Around 170 pounds was when things really were obvious. Was when I went to 170 pounds from 265, that's almost 100 pounds in itself. So that was a big change. I still had a lot to go with my goal, but I was getting noticed in bars. I got people coming up to me. I started making guy friends. But I will say that it was weird for me because I wasn't used to it. So I always was wondering in my head, why are they talking to me? Like, what's their ulterior motive? Is there an inside joke that I'm missing on? Like, why would they talk to me? Because back then, if any guy ever came up to me and was all flirty, there was a joke behind it. Someone either dared them to do it, or they were just being assholes. So the fact that men were seriously interested in me around the time of losing 100 pounds was crazy. And my mind was like, no, they can't like me. There's no way. Like, why would they be interested in me? I still wasn't used to my body. I wasn't used to how I looked. I still thought I was pretty big. I wasn't obviously that fit or lean yet, but I still lost a lot of weight. So it was more of a big change and more of an attractive figure, I would say. So that's where I got more attention. So I would say around when this happened, I was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with new change, new life, new conversations, and just new experiences. I had no idea what I was doing. And I will admit, I made mistakes. I got involved with the wrong kind of guys, the wrong kind of people, because I was so excited and so lost with what was wrong and what was right, who was a bad guy, who was a good guy. Because at this point, it was like I was just getting this attention and I really wanted it. So I just let it happen. Like, I would just let all this attention happen and want that attention because I wanted to be accepted, and I wanted to know that I was good looking, I am liked, and like I'm not gonna be alone and nobody was gonna talk to me. So that was a big thing that I've learned, because now I have grown as a person with knowing my self-worth and my respecting myself and my body. But going from a really overweight girl with that kind of mentality of insecurity and then throwing her in the pool of this new social world, of this new social life that others have experienced, it was hard. It was very hard. I would say that what I was experiencing was what people already had. People experienced like getting, like, people learned how to talk and date and have a boyfriend very early on, like middle school and high school. That's when you start to like experiment and like people and date. I didn't get to do that, so I had to play catch up. And playing catch up was hard as a 19-year-old girl, 19, almost 20-year-old girl, because mentally I was lost. I was trying to figure out what was right, what to do, what to say. I had no idea. I wish I had a book, a rule book of what to do when a guy likes you, or how do you talk on a date, like anything, because I had no idea. Everybody already got that figured out way before, and now I'm here trying to play catch up. So that was huge. So hard for me to learn, but I would say now I have definitely changed my mentality and learned about self-worth, respect, everything. Say that the biggest thing for me is realizing that not everyone's intentions are good. I have definitely been in situations where I think the best of others, but they're not the best person. You know, just I've been hurt and I've been taken advantage of very much with a lot of things, and I am still trying to figure that out and still realize that sometimes some people want to just use you for you and your body, and it's hard. I mean, as a person who wants to be accepted and liked, I usually would love that, but now it's something that makes me so unhappy, is when somebody doesn't want to get to know me anymore, or my personality, or who I am, but like just what they see, and they just want that. That's something that I can't stand. I can't stand when it's so obvious that this person is not interested in anything other than hooking up. And it's something that I really have to deal with now, like especially my age, being in my 20s. Like, it's rough. Like, a lot of guys don't want to do anything serious or be serious, and it's just like, I feel like I'm too mature to do that anymore. A question that I really want to answer that someone has wrote is, I'd love to see dating advice for someone who is insecure about their body. I have this problem where I think a guy who's in shape and I'm attracted to won't think I'm good enough. Wow, girl, story of my life. Still dealing with it. Biggest advice I could give you is, we are our worst critics. We critique and see the smallest things about our bodies and ourselves. And one thing I've definitely learned about guys is they don't really notice that much. Like, they really won't notice a lot of things. Like, when I'm with a guy, I am definitely very insecure with how I look still, with, you know, my loose skin and just like my stretch marks and stuff like that. Like, sometimes I'm a little like scared that they'll think, ew, like, what is all this? Like, that's not cute, but that has never ever happened to me. I will say that no guy really cares about those things. I think that if they really like you, they wouldn't mind. And just be confident. I know that's easier said than done, but if you show that you're confident and you love your body, that's attractive. And guys love that. Guys love when you own your body, you own yourself. And yeah, I'm learning to do that myself still, but I know that when a guy really likes me, he won't mind these small little things. And if he likes you for you, he doesn't care about your body and everything like that. And just own your body and love yourself, girl. And I promise you, the right guy will appreciate it. How has dating changed for you? Are guys shocked when you tell them you've lost 100 pounds and let past insecurity goes while dating when you think you're not good enough? And dating tips in general and where to meet good guys. All right. So, yes, the conversation usually comes up eventually when I'm talking to someone that I have lost a lot of weight, I exercise, I did a really crazy diet, and I've lost a lot of weight. And they're usually like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Like, how much weight did you lose? And once I show them my pictures of how I used to look, they're in shock. They cannot believe that I used to look like that. If you didn't know me, everyone always says, if they didn't know who I was and my story, they would have never thought I lost all that weight. People that I meet now, they never think it unless I tell them. Only past friends who knew me back then when I had that weight, they know. But new friends, no clue. No clue until I tell them. So when guys find that out, they're crazy. And I'm gonna be really honest. I hate when I tell them and like show them my old pictures, because I get scared that they're gonna be like, ugh, like you were so ugly and big, and why would I talk to you anymore? I used to think that so much. So I used to try to avoid that conversation as much as possible. But then I realized, screw that. Like, this is a big achievement that I did, and I should not care. I literally worked my ass off to get to where I am, and I need to be happy, and I want to show it off. I shouldn't worry if a guy is into that or not, because why would I want to be with someone who would judge me for how I used to look? Why would I even want to be with someone who wouldn't want to be with the old me? You know? That's big. That's a big one, because I'm usually really scared about it, but now I'm like, if you don't care, if you're not into it, leave, because that's a part of my life. That's what I used to look like. And then answering the other part of the question, letting past insecurities go while dating. Like I said, with the whole mental thing, letting go of myself now, I'm getting so much better, like day by day. Like before, I used to be like, oh, like I wonder like if they still think I'm fat, if they think I'm this, like I wonder like, am I small enough? Or I'm constantly comparing myself to other girls, like, oh my god, am I small like her? Or am I too big? I'm so big. But now, it feels so good. Like, it took a really long time. I'm not gonna say this has happened overnight, but it feels so good that I don't have to constantly like compare and like be like, I have to look like this, I have to look like that, they like that kind of girl, I need to look like that kind of girl, all of this. Like, no, like this is me, this is who I am, this is my body, and I still work out and I still have goals for myself, but I can't try to be other people to make others happy. Like, it was hard. It's still kind of hard. Like, I still have those thoughts back in my head, like, wow, he probably thinks that girl's way hotter. Why is he talking to me? Why would he like me? And I have to realize that if they like me, it's for a reason, like for me, and I need to learn to love that and accept that and stop being so crazy and paranoid. It is definitely a fight in the head, for sure. And then last thing I really want to talk about is body dysmorphia. A lot of people have been asking, like, have you dealt with it? What do you do? I definitely had this body dysmorphia, and I still do a little bit. I'm not saying I have intense body dysmorphia where I think I'm a fat person when I look in the mirror. No, I see my results for sure. I definitely do. I always appreciate and notice my things, especially as I continue training at the gym. So for me though, it's hard because sometimes I'm like my worst critic, obviously, and I get really down sometimes around like just thinking too much in my head, like, oh my god, like I'm still like so big, or I'm still like this. Like, I get like that sometimes, but then the next day I'm like, why was I thinking that? I look so good. Like, look how far I've came. I don't know. Sometimes I get in my head a little bit with that, where I'm like, oh my god, like my thighs are so big, like what? Like, and my arms are so big still. Oh my god, I'm so ugly. Why would anybody ever like me? And then I snap out of it, because it's like, girl, look at how you used to have your arms and thighs, and now look at you. Like, and then I remember, like, I come a long way and I still continue to reach my goals. So my body dysmorphia is a little light, like it's not that big, but it's like I still kind of like get really insecure and like think that in my head, I think that. And sometimes I still think that a guy has a different motive. Like, why would a guy like me? What is his reason? What is the secret to him being into me? There has to be a reason. They cannot like me for me, right? I'm still trying to realize that that is wrong to think. I shouldn't be thinking that. I should be accepting it and like loving that someone is into me, because it's all I've ever wanted, is to have someone like me for me. So that's something that I would give. The best advice is, not everyone is a bad person, and not everyone has a hidden agenda. And even though that's something I had experienced a lot in school, and like my social life of having a guy just use me for his own jokes or his own pleasure, I gotta let go of that and realize that there's good people in the world too, and I deserve to be happy, and I deserve to be liked, and I deserve to be loved. And it's a big thing for me to say and also accept and understand, because I'm still trying to figure that out. Currently with the dating, I would say that I'm dealing with what every other girl is dealing with. Nice guys, bad guys, people that just want to hook up, people that aren't good for you. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get everything figured out with, you know, learning my self-worth and still like that, continuing to, because it's hard. It's hard, especially in your 20s. It's really hard to date. It's rough. It's rough in these streets for single people, single girls especially, because we just want to be loved and we just want to be taken care of by a nice person and a nice guy. And it's so hard and annoying when only guys just want to mess around. And it's just, that's a whole other video. But I will say that I'm finally doing what everybody else gets to do with going out, going on dates. My first date was a little weird, I would say, but I'm getting better dates now, which is great. But dating has been fun. Oh my God, like getting taken out on my first date was so fun. And then like, there was one date that was really, really annoying, and there was just this guy who just was totally trying to take advantage of me, didn't get a clue. That was rough. But then there was also really sweet guys that have taken me on really nice dates, really magical dates, and never tried to make me do anything. And it just felt nice. Like, you know, you, as a little girl and as a, you know, when you're in your high school and stuff, you only dream of like going on dates and stuff like everyone else. And I finally getting to do that has been just so fun. Like, honestly, it just, like, social life has been great. I just think it's kind of still like, it makes me still angry that old Kimya wouldn't be able to do this if she still looked the way she looked. I definitely wouldn't be able to go to the club as often as I wanted to, because they're very, very picky with how girls look. I definitely wouldn't be approached at the bar as often as I would, because guys love good-looking girls with nice bodies. If I was out with my friends and at a social event with like, and I was that weight, I don't think I would be approached. I was never approached around that time. But now, yeah, that happens. It's really, really crazy for me. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a little short, but I wanted to definitely make this video. There is a video that I really want to make about club promoters and clubbing, because the biggest thing about LA is definitely the physical appearances. A little superficial out here, especially with the going out socially in Hollywood and LA like type of vibes. Like, you gotta look good or you are not getting in. And I have stories for you. If you guys want a video on how I was scammed for being overweight to get into a club, give this video a thumbs up and comment below if you want that video, because I have a story time for you guys about that. So let me know if you guys are interested. I never thought that this would be my life. It is still kind of a dream for me, and I'm still getting used to it, and I'm still figuring things out too. I will continue trying to give you guys advice and life updates and things like that while I figure out what I'm doing and just understanding everything with this new world that I've entered. I literally feel like I've entered a new world. Fortunately, when you're overweight, it does feel very different. I will definitely vouch to that and say that it's a different world. It's a different world for sure, with the attention you get, the type of conversations you have, and the type of love you receive, for sure. And it's pretty sad, and messed up that this is the world we live in, but I made that change for me, and I am so happy. Like, my life is so much easier, and I get to do everything that I wanted to do that I've only seen and observed. So yeah, I hope this answered all your guys' questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on Instagram. That's where I post a lot about my life and things that I do and go out. Feel free to message me on there. I read everyone's messages and I reply back. I read your guys' messages and they're so nice and sweet, and thank you for watching me and supporting me. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys, because I feel like you guys count on me and you guys are inspired and motivated, you've said, from me and my videos. So thank you. I literally feel like that was a big purpose for me to continue doing this, and I will continue making more videos. Let me know what you guys want to see. Please let me know if you want to see that scam video that I was mentioning earlier. What kind of videos you guys want. I am open in all ears because I really want to know what you guys want to see. So let me know, and again, till next time, I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you for watching my video,